I mean, people thought my whole trajectory was fake, and sometimes I wake up and I think my whole trajectory is fake, but it's just a testament to taking chances.
Steven Spielberg doesn't usually call actors horrible to work with. In fact, he almost never speaks badly about anyone. But behind the scenes of West Side Story, insiders claim that's exactly how he described Rachel Zegler, the same actress he personally plucked from obscurity and made the face of his biggest musical revival in decades.
To all the people who are up in my DMs trying to guess what character I'm playing, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to answer your DMs. If you have any opinions, I don't want to hear them.
And if you think that sounds extreme, just wait. Because what Rachel did on set reportedly pushed one of Hollywood's most legendary directors to the edge of walking away. From day one, Spielberg believed in her. He handpicked Rachel out of thousands of submissions, gave her the lead role in West Side Story, promoted her as the next it girl.
She got the role not because she was a great singer, she got the role because she's a fantastic actor.
And publicly, everything looked perfect. But privately, it was chaos. Sources from the production say Rachel constantly challenged direction. She'd reject choreography in the middle of rehearsals, question camera placements, argue with costume departments about how certain outfits made her look off.
I'm gonna be on a talk show tonight and I'm gonna talk shit about them on the talk show. Talking shit on the talk show. This is the one time in my life where if you have something to say, I don't want to hear it.
At first, Spielberg gave her space, assuming it was just first-time nerves. But as the behavior continued, tensions started boiling. One crew member described her attitude as relentless. Not in the passionate, hardworking kind of way, but in the stop everything, I don't like how I look kind of way. Shoots were delayed. Morale dropped. Veteran team members, people who had worked with Spielberg for decades, were shocked at how frequently Rachel pushed back.
Have they ever thought about maybe like a little bit of vulnerability study, opposition research, that sort of thing, before you go and hire some Zoomer who's a lunatic?
According to an insider close to the production, Spielberg, known for fostering collaborative, low-drama sets, was stunned. He reportedly told someone close to him that Rachel was one of the most exhausting young actors he'd ever worked with.
There's two of me. Double the trouble, am I right? You can't check in. You're not an adult.
That one comment spread like wildfire, quietly, behind closed doors, but enough for people in the industry to start asking, what happened? Because this wasn't just any film. This was Spielberg's personal passion project, a reimagining of a classic. And Rachel was supposed to be the centerpiece, a fresh face leading a new era of Hollywood musicals.
To address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
Cue the laugh.
Like, who has been the most exciting person for you tonight?
Oh my God.
Besides me.
Took the words out of my mouth. Besides.
I'm a narcissist.
Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part.
A real team player.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Instead, she was becoming a problem. And while Spielberg never publicly called her out, the change was obvious. On the press tour, he went out of his way to praise co-star Ariana DeBose, called her mesmerizing, magnetic, unforgettable. Rachel, on the other hand, got the bare minimum. No personal anecdotes, no glowing adjectives, just polite, empty phrases. By award season, Spielberg was practically avoiding her.
I have nothing interesting to say. I look insane. Everyone's just ignoring my phone calls. Whatever, it's chill. I don't even care.
Observers noted the awkward body language, the distant interactions. Every red carpet moment felt colder than the last. And yet, the world didn't know, not yet.
I don't want people to see me in a weakened state.
Because West Side Story still had critics behind it. Rachel's performance to most viewers seemed fine. The film didn't flop. But the damage was already done. The Spielberg fallout was just the beginning of something much worse, because Rachel wasn't finished. And her next role would wreck everything.
Rachel Zegler was supposed to believe is just so striking that even the supermodel like Gal Gadot is supposed to be homicidically jealous of her. I mean, we're supposed to completely suspend our disbelief.
Zegler's career now looking like it is seriously on life support.
This woman is extraordinarily woke, as everyone is in Hollywood, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
Or what?
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
The new Disney boss babe, who is Rachel Zegler, the inverse of happy.
So she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
I wanted my money back. It was very disappointing.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
Fresh off West Side Story, Rachel Zegler should have been untouchable. One breakout role, Spielberg in her corner. The whole industry expected her to rise. So when Disney cast her as the new Snow White in their $250 million reboot, it looked like a guaranteed win. It wasn't. The real meltdown started before the cameras even rolled. And it came straight from Rachel's mouth.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. Dune came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird.
Nobody wants a movie about true love. What kind of woman do we want out there seeking true love, Eliana? It's the outrage.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
Oh my God.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
I'm sure a lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
In interview after interview, she trashed the original Snow White. But it wasn't just what she said. It was the tone. Smug. Dismissive. Like she saw the whole thing as beneath her. And for fans who grew up on the classic, it felt like a personal insult. Instead of selling the magic, Rachel talked about the film like it was a problem she had to fix. And the internet noticed. Clips from her interviews went viral. Not because they were inspiring, but because they felt tone deaf.
Why they not like Snow White? The reason why is that the actress that plays Snow White, she acts like a bitch all the time.
Weird.
So will she rise or bow her head? Will she lead or just be led?
Weird.
They are pretending like Rachel Zegler is the first of them all when she looks like Lord Farquaad in the film.
Who's the Disney character you identify with most? Mickey, Nemo, Peter Pan, or Dumbo? Dumbo. That's sad, but yeah, like...
TikTok flooded with memes. Edits comparing her to classic Disney stars made her look completely out of place. The backlash snowballed, and Rachel became the target. But she didn't stop. As the movie's release neared, Disney tried to double down on the marketing, billboards, tie-ins, the usual noise. But Rachel kept making things worse. And then came the final nail. When asked why the film was struggling, she blamed Minecraft. Seriously. She claimed audience interest in the Minecraft movie was why Snow White flopped. That one line instantly went viral. And not in a good way.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
And still, no apology, no clarification, no sign she even understood what went wrong, just silence. And in Hollywood, that kind of silence doesn't mean grace. It means you're done, especially when you're the face of a $250 million disaster. After Snow White imploded, the damage wasn't just public, it was internal.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
Studio execs who once saw Rachel Zegler as a fresh face for the next Disney generation started going radio silent. Offers dried up. Emails stopped. Conversations that used to include her name now danced around it carefully, like she was radioactive.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
You can get on a coffee here. Yeah, hold on.
All right.
And the worst part? Spielberg still wasn't saying a word. No tweet, no quote, no congratulatory post, not even a half-hearted proud of what she's become. For the man who had once championed her, personally cast her, and introduced her to Hollywood, that silence was deafening. Industry insiders started asking, if Spielberg won't defend her, why should anyone else? And they didn't just speculate. They investigated. Fans and bloggers began rewatching every old West Side Story press event, dissecting body language, facial expressions, even the way he glanced at her during interviews. Suddenly, every stiff smile or avoided eye contact was treated like proof that something had gone horribly wrong behind the scenes. But the worst blow came from inside Hollywood itself. Casting directors, the real gatekeepers, started quietly removing her from shortlists. Producers who had previously praised her began second-guessing. Because if Rachel couldn't carry a Disney film and made it worse by publicly bashing the brand, then how could she be trusted with anything else? And let's be honest, this is Hollywood. People talk a lot. Whispers of a soft blacklist began to circulate. No one says it out loud, and it's not like someone stamps a do not cast on your forehead, but your name just stops coming up in meetings. Your agent's calls get fewer callbacks. Your email inbox gets quieter, and suddenly the star treatment disappears overnight. To make things worse, rumors kept leaking. More behind-the-scenes friction, more on-set drama, more ego, stories about Rachel demanding creative control, walking out of meetings, arguing with directors over lines. Whether all of it is true or not doesn't even matter anymore, because once you get a reputation in this town, perception becomes reality. And Rachel's reputation? It's starting to look like career kryptonite. Some insiders claim a few major studios have already ruled her out for future projects. Quietly, behind closed doors, not out of malice, but out of risk calculation. Because in 2025, one bad headline can tank an entire film. And after Snow White, Rachel's name is practically a warning label. Spielberg's silence only makes it worse. He's known for standing by the talent he believes in, even when the critics don't. But with Rachel, it's been radio silence. No interviews, no praise, not even a vague, she has a bright future. And in Hollywood, that silence is the loudest message of all. So now the question hanging over everything: can Rachel Zegler actually come back from this? It's not impossible. Hollywood loves a comeback. We've seen it 100 times. Celebrities spiral, disappear, and return with a tear-filled interview, a gritty indie film, or a viral rebranding moment. Robert Downey Jr. was in courtrooms before he was in Iron Man. Drew Barrymore literally grew up in rehab. Even Lindsay Lohan's getting second chances now. But the difference? They owned their mess, publicly, loudly. They showed humility. Rachel hasn't. There's been no, I got it wrong. No heartfelt message to fans. No acknowledgement that maybe mocking Snow White while starring in it wasn't the best idea. Just deflection, dodging, and silence. Which in today's media landscape reads as arrogance. Right now, Rachel's image is stuck somewhere between entitled starlet and studio liability. And unless that changes fast, she's not just at risk of losing the spotlight, she's at risk of being forgotten altogether. Because here's the thing, Hollywood doesn't blacklist you with a bang. It does it with a shrug. The calls stop, the meetings dry up, the world moves on to the next rising star with less drama, fewer headlines, and a better publicist. And Rachel? She's running out of time to prove she's worth the risk. Her fall from grace wasn't just a scandal. It's become a case study, a warning for casting directors, a PR lesson in what not to say. And unless something dramatic changes, unless she takes real accountability and completely shifts her public approach, this might be the end of her leading role era. What do you think? Is Rachel getting unfairly punished for a few bad interviews, or did she dig her own grave with the way she handled it all? Let me know in the comments. And remember, in Hollywood, perception is power. And once it turns, it rarely turns back.